This video provides an overview of web application scanning using Nessus. Web application vulnerabilities represent one of the biggest attack vectors in existence today. Because many of these applications are exposed to the outside world and are required in order to do business, fixing flaws before an attacker can exploit them is a high priority. Consequences of a faulty web application can include denial of service, disclosure of unauthorized information, or even full system compromise, which could allow further infiltration into the corporate network. Nessus has built-in techniques to help you identify both known and unknown vulnerabilities in your web applications. It is important to understand that web application scanning is a specific and separate process from general system scanning and requires a scan policy customized for your web application. During a basic web application scan, Nessus will assess the web server and identify known vulnerabilities in the server framework, commonly used web content technology and frameworks, and a wide variety of content management platforms and applications. Compared to more advanced scans that we'll discuss, this is a relatively efficient and non-intrusive type of scan. When run with administrative-level credentials for the target machine, the basic scan is a good starting point for finding known vulnerabilities before moving on to more advanced tests. If your web application requires authentication, Nessus supports a variety of login methods. In the operating system and installed applications. This will provide a full security audit from the operating system all the way up to the user-facing web application. Once vulnerabilities have been remediated at the operating system, server framework, and application levels, you should then allow Nessus to test your web application using a dynamic analysis technique, or fuzzing. This is a more advanced and time-consuming process that will attempt to identify flaws in your application which have not yet been discovered or disclosed. This is especially useful for internally developed applications that are not publicly available. These internal applications present a potential risk and may host sensitive information or provide a path to further compromise in your environment. The dynamic testing process consists of a web mirror as well as fuzzing and other enumeration techniques to detect previously unknown vulnerabilities. The web mirror crawls the target website and makes a copy of all elements as opposed to running tests directly on the web server. This will alleviate long-term load on the web server. However, the initial load may be high depending on the volume of data being transferred. Nessus will then begin testing the parameters of the web application for common attacks such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting, server-side includes, and many more. The depth and thoroughness of these tests can be adjusted based upon your needs. A more in-depth test that looks at every page and tests each parameter and method with all possible combinations of tests for all applications on your web server can be much more time-consuming, but has a greater chance of finding flaws. A quicker test, which does not try every combination of attack, will be faster but not as thorough. It is wise to start with quicker tests, fix any vulnerabilities, and then continue testing further. You may also place your web application in a lab environment in order to tune your scan. scans, but please note this does not negate the need to scan your production web servers, as the configuration may not be exactly the same. Results of web application scans look similar to other scan results within Nessus. It is helpful to view the output of these results, as it may contain helpful information on how to remediate the vulnerability. For example, if a custom application is subject to SQL injection, Nessus will provide information about the flaw as well as mitigation tips when possible.